Hey everyone, welcome back to Drive It Out. My name is Adam and we are at the 2024 Chicago Auto Show. Super excited to show you a lot of the vehicles here. There is a great spread of vehicles here at the show this year. I have to say, there's lots of amazing cars here that we have got to check out, and even some 2025 models. So lots of 2024s, some 2025s. But right now we are here in the Kia booth, and Kia has given us an EV9 here to look at that is pretty stellar. Again, this is an EV9. It's a large family SUV. That's right, it's a 3-row and it's full EV. So let's talk about this. This being a kind of a break into that mid-size SUV size for an EV, kind of for the whole family. It looks sharp, and they're saying that depending on trim level, you get up to 304 miles of range. That's not too bad for something this large that can carry this many people. So let's talk first about the styling here. This is a very sharp car. Think about the EV6 that they offer. It's a very kind of edgy design. I think it's looking really good. The silver has kind of a matte finish to it, but what do you think? Let's go ahead and open this. This is a frunk, right? This is a full EV. So there's a little bit of storage in here, not as much as you would expect maybe, and not as much as other frunks for sure, but the way they've designed it, where they've put things in here, there is a little bit of storage there in the front. So as you close it now, you can really see what that design is like. You obviously have a camera here on the front, Kia's new logo that they've had for a few years now, but this one here in particular is a 2024 EV9 Land all-wheel drive. So they offer short range, long range with these, but this has a 99 kilowatt hour battery. This one in particular is offering up to 280 miles of range. Again, you can get these in rear wheel drive or all-wheel drive. But the big thing is it's breaking into that larger mid-size SUV space, and I think these look really sharp. I've seen a couple out on the road around where I live, and I think they look really, really good. Now, as you come down the side here, you will see that they're really sticking with this two-tone thing going on here. You've got this black trim down here, you got all the black across here with some other black trim pieces. That two-tone thing helps to shrink the design to your eye, make it look more sleek. We'll come all the way down around here to the back really quick so you can see that, what they've done with the design back here. I like the lighting design. You have this kind of spoiler that comes out here with this long cyclops light for the third brake light up here. You got your camera back here. A really, really sharp design. But let's look at the inside a little bit. Now, I mentioned this is 3 rows, right? So let's talk about that. Peek in there and check it out. We've got captain's chairs in the second row in this one. Now, you can get, depending on the trim level you're getting, you can get captain's chairs in the second row, or you can get a bench seat. If you look in the third row, there are 2 seats back there, 2 seat belts. So you can make this either a 6-person configuration like this one, or you can get one that is a 7-seater if you go for that bench seat. And if you go for that bench seat, then you will have the seat here by the door that slides forward so your passengers can get in and out of the third row that way. But here with the captain's chair set up, that's your route to go to that middle row, is through the middle. But I like what they've done here with the design on the interior. I want you to check this out if you're the driver. Now, this is not going to be so plain and simple in here like some other EVs, especially maybe like a Tesla, where you just have the screen and you're basically done. There's almost 0 buttons other than that. This actually has some more physical buttons. You do get climate control buttons here, and you have some haptic feedback stuff going on here, but they're labeled. You have a big touch screen that leads into, of course, a digital cluster display for your gauges. But like many Kias and Hyundais, they are going to give you good buttons on the steering wheel that have texture. That texture is on purpose. You're supposed to memorize these buttons so you can hit them by memory without taking your eyes down to look at them. It's about keeping your eyes forward. Now, something I will say, if you've looked inside the EV6, you have, similar to this, you have a pretty long center console here in the EV6. In the EV6, you've got the shifter right here in the middle. There's a dial. They haven't done that here. What they've done is they've given you an added stalk here on the side of the steering wheel. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of this big stalk, the way that they've done this for the shifting, because you have your other stalks up here around the steering wheel, and you have paddle shifters that you can mess with. And and you have all your steering wheel buttons, and they've put more buttons down here in the middle, and it's just, this is a little bit too busy. I think some of this should have gone over to here or to here somewhere, and the shifter probably would have been the first thing to do that with, because you're just getting a little cluttered up here. I'm not a big fan of those big shifter stocks up here when you have two on one side. It gets a little cluttered. So I would prefer the dial in the EV6, but if you're okay with that, other than that, this interior is great. It's beautiful. It feels, the materials feel nice. It's high end, it's still clean looking. You've got good power outlets everywhere. You've got cup holders, you've got a few buttons here. Check this out, I always have to show the cup holders in these vehicles. Hyundai and Kia do this well. It's very tricky. You push these little buttons and they come out. It's very cool, and you've got a small one and a large one, or you can have them in and you just have a really large bin here. So anyway, guys, this is a really nice interior. They've made good use of materials in here. You have multiple different materials and surfaces here that they've done here, and so it's not just like one big giant sea of gray or black. If you go with a black interior, this is very sharp. If you're getting a big family SUV, you probably don't want white interior, you know, and kids are hard on that stuff. I tell you what, this is a big deal because this is a mid-size SUV. You're talking about being able to get it up to around 300 miles of range, and this could really work for some families. And if you are looking for something where you have a 7-seater, most mid-size SUVs, even when they're 7-seaters, people use them like 5-seaters, and they have that third row fold down most of the time, but you think maybe every once in a while I'm going to need that third row. That is kind of what they're really good for. If you want a very large and very useful third row for adults, you're going to have to go to a full-size SUV. But if you're looking at a mid-size SUV and you're interested in being full EV with it, I think this is a good place to look. Do not discount Kia and the EV9 here, what they've done, and the Kia EV6 has great technology in it as well, and a lot of that is in here. Now, again, they don't offer a high performance model yet. That's supposed to be coming next year. We're going to be talking about horsepower getting up over 576 horsepower, I believe, which is similar to the high performance version of the EV6. They're not offering that yet here in 2024, but this is a very nice looking, very nice feeling, very comfortable inside, mid-size, full electric SUV. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we're here at the Chicago Auto Show, and there's so many great things to see. We've done many other reviews here. Please check those out. Thanks guys for watching. I will see you in the next review.